Live streaming is on.
Short updates about all the team members. And I would like to start with Mohammed. As you know, Amin got some days off because he needs some, refreshment, and he don't attend this meeting. We start with Mohammed.
Everyone, we work on the two major things in last week. One of them is changing the queue for processing events. We work on that, but we didn't manage that to develop and deploy it on develop. It will fix some of the some events stocks, and the server need to be restarted to process them. This change will fix them. And one of thing that we merged that is that upgrading the feathers to version 4. Mahdi Deqani implemented that, and I reviewed, and about 2 hours ago with Amin, we deployed that on UAT. So these two things, it's the major change in the last week for backend. There were some minor issues that I think we talk about that in the next week in the week demo. So I'll pass it to Ramin.
As I told you, in the last week, I was working on amount slider to make it percent, so we can have different percents except of amounts. For example, 25%, 50%. I was working on that, and it's I sent it to Amin for code review. It's not still merged, but it is done. And after that, I was working on donate and delegate buttons. We had some problems that making the UI so heavy because they were always requesting some unnecessary tasks to backend. For example, imagine user he still has not clicked the donate or delegate button, but the UI requests the backend to fetch his DAX or his campaigns. It's not necessary. I worked on that to make two separate components so that it will process just when necessary, when user, for example, clicks the donate button. It's done, and it's on code review. It is not still merged, and it is on the code review. Thank you. I will pass it to Lauren.
Hey everyone. I don't really have any updates to share that's very useful, but I'm just here to listen and stay in the loop, and pass it to Danny.
Hi guys. Yeah, I'm just doing whatever Monique asks me for.
I appreciate you too. Thank you, Lauren and Danny. I always ask questions, and you can push me to the pool because I'm not very fluent in English and I need some help during this, even in the process. And I appreciate it, especially Ashley. She's not in the meeting, but she's very supportive. And go ahead, sorry.
Oh yeah, no, it's okay. So you had shared with me the one where Griff created the issue about the language is boring now. So I rewrote that one a little more interesting, and then also I was just meeting with Willie and we were looking at a couple of things, and I saw a couple more. So now that my brain is in that mode, I'm going to go over and update a couple other items. There's a couple spots where I see that it asks for you to add donation to a project, but that's where you're doing a milestone. So I just saw a couple more things in the process, and I'll keep working on that here during this meeting probably. Yeah, thanks.
You can pass it to anyone you want.
Oh, Griff, did you go yet?
No, not yet.
All right, it's you.
Yeah, I'm excited for the meeting tomorrow around how do we onboard users. We're getting to that place where we can start onboarding users and building more of a flow from Giveth.io to Giveth Trace and really ironing out these ideas. That's what I'm excited about this week. But yeah, and I'll pass it to Monique.
Thank you, everyone. I started a meeting for tomorrow about onboarding users on Trace Beta with you, Ashley, and Marco, I think, and Lauren. But everyone is invited if they have any ideas about this. Let me share my screen and have a short review of what this week's statistics.
Oh, and well, I just wanted you to answer the intro question, and then Ashley still needs to go too. Ax.
Oh, Ash. Okay, I will pass to Ash, and then don't forget to pass it to me.
Okay, the intro question is what I'm excited about this week.
Yeah, it's a short update and just to get involved with the meeting.
I guess I don't really have any updates. I've been checking the testing column, but there hasn't been a lot of issues in there. So yeah, I guess I came to just kind of see if there's another place that my time could be used for Giveth 1 and kind of just check on the status for that. I'm excited for the second project verification party. And I'll pass it back to you, Monique.
Thank you. So let's start and share my screen. So this is the current status of this meeting. This sprint, we have these issues remained in our backlog. We have not started them. We have these issues in progress. Two of these is for mine. It's not dev issues. And we have lots of issues in the code review because of Amin is not present. We kind of got blocked in this column. In the UAT, I tested 3 issues last week and passed it to the Don. One of them was a process authorized payment transaction. One of them was the ONO error that Lauren and some of our team members get that weird notification. And I can't remember what happened. And the feeder, and the version of the feeder was the most important thing that we've done this week. And let's look at the burn down for this sprint. We're a little bit far with the ideal status. We have to be here, but we're here. As you see, the refactor and rewrite queues, the issue number 435 and 352, and about the from the beginning of the sprint, we have a mild increase in total amount of the issues that we're gonna be done. But as you see, we have lots of, this part of code review line is a little bit enlarged, a little bit, increased in these days, but all of the curves are normal. So at the beginning of we were at the middle of the sprint, and if the devs don't have any questions about the issues that they have, we can go forward to new issues and bugs. We have a very important bugs that's actually reported. They can't get back the money. This issue, I canceled my milestone, but the funds have not yet refunded the donor. But we lack admin, and we couldn't understand what really happened about this. But we're gonna do some urgent follow-ups for this. It's on progress. So
Yeah, Danny Bell should have been the recipient. Have you received those funds in your wallet yet, Danny?
Negative. I have not.
Okay.
Sorry for that. So Mohammed, don't you have any questions about this bugs and ops column? We assume that we can remove all the new things that we think it's kind of urgent to this color.
These two columns are bugs and ops?
No, this column of bug and ops, most of them has some estimates, but some of them, it's does not assigned and doesn't have any story point. Shall we review it? Or, for example, this issue number 2039. Stuck in loading in active milestone tab. I raised this issue, me as a milestone creator at milestone page. When I click on active tab here in this active, it's remained loading. And the issue, don't you want to talk about this issue with Ramin right now?
No, I should check it. I think it has nothing to discuss. I should take a look to see what happens, so I can set estimate after that.
Okay. And about this issue, it doesn't have any assignee to. The same.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
so I should.
It's the same. Yeah. And about this, but assigned it to himself. When I directly open campaign page and immediately open donate modal, balance is shown 0. Do you have any idea?
Maybe no, I think Amin knows better, so he assigned that to.
Okay, and this is about feathers. I think Mehdi is going to work on it. No, it's you raised it. As we aggregated payment conversation, we should send just one email.
It can't be done in this week. I think it's about when you collect your money and Giveth pays you. We fetch events from the mainnet. So maybe the money goes from with 2 events, for example. But we should send one email for including all tokens that goes to the recipient's wallet. So we should aggregate and merge those donations.
Okay.
Can do it.
I just want to make sure with all of you that this prioritization about the bugs is correct right now. I put the Danny's and Ashley's issue at the first, and let's look at the others.
I mean, for bug prioritization, it's always, is this blocking a payment? Those are the first most important ones. If people aren't getting paid or it's delaying money flows, highest priorities, and then the rest it's kind of like whatever.
I think it's
So when something gets canceled, the money doesn't necessarily return to the donor in the way that